Hello everybody and welcome to the Great White North. We're here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada for tonight's SFLm clash between the Albuquerque Atoms and the Ottawa Cavalry. I'm Jack Brown and alongside me here tonight it is Chad Devils. Chad, we got two teams returning from last season. Albuquerque off to a hot start, Ottawa not so much, but we got some pretty equal defenses out there on the field tonight.
Oh, most definitely. In this game, we get to see actually two brand new players debut. Black, outside linebacker for the Atoms, and Andrew Roush, the cornerback for the Cavalry. I want to see if these two, can make an impact and see if the Atoms keep their nuclear energy moving, or if the Cavalry get their charge straightened out and head for another championship game.
Yeah, these two teams, they took very opposite paths last week. Albuquerque beating the defending champs. Meanwhile, Ottawa struggled a little bit last week, ended up dropping their game, but still these two teams looking to continue on, or for Ottawa get back on that winning way.
Yeah, I feel that was more just kind of first game jitters for Ottawa. I see them getting back into that groove tonight. This should be an exciting game for us to watch.
Couldn't agree with you more. And folks, we're just moments away. The ball is on the tee. Ottawa set to receive the first half kickoff, and in turn that means that Albuquerque will get it in the second half. But the ball is on the tee, and Terrence Calico is ready to kick off this Week 2 SFLm matchup. Kick sails long, and it's going to be taken at about the 10. Going to be taken up past the 15, 25 to nearly the 30. And from there, that's where Scar Patterson and company are going to set up shop for the Cavalry.
Yeah, Scar Patterson kind of had a rough week last week. I get the feeling, again, first game jitters. I think they'll probably give him the green light to come out and start throwing pretty early in this game.
Patterson going to start out in the shotgun. 2 wide, none in the backfield for him. Patterson going to throw it short, and that's going to gain them roughly 3 yards, and already after one play, they're in the hurry-up.
I'm surprised to see them start the hurry-up this early in the game. Normally, that doesn't happen.
Second down now. Patterson going to drop back a little bit. Ooh, nearly intercepted. That's going to bring down third down and 7.
He's very lucky that was not headed the other way for 6 points.
Third down and 7. And that's going to go almost a sack there by number 79 of Albuquerque. Cliff Grizzly almost on the sack, but Scar Patterson able to get away the pass.
Cliff Grizzly, showed out last week a few times, and I'm not surprised to see him come through that line and off that block to get to the quarterback the way that young man plays hard-nosed football.
So now after the first 3 and out of the game, Ottawa's going to send out their punt team. Aiden Loft getting ready to send it away. Snaps a little bit high, but he's able to get the kickoff. Going to be fielded at around the 35, and he's running the other way! That's not what you're supposed to do.
Oh, well, I don't know if he just got turned around, got too excited, or what, but you definitely cannot be going the opposite direction.
So now P.J. Slaughter, the man who lived up to his name last week, to say the least, throwing for 313 yards against Madison. And now he's going to start out under center in the offset eye, 3 wide receivers in the formation. Going to hand it off, and he's just going to get swallowed up in the backfield. Douglas Brown losing 3 yards on the run.
Great play by Douglas Brown there. I think he came completely untouched through the line. So Albuquerque's going to have to figure out how to, fix that problem. You can't let a guy in your backfield that easy.
2nd and 13 now. Slaughter going under center. Same formation as last play. And they're going to hand it off to Brown again. Same play, going to go the opposite direction, and they're going to gain 2 yards.
It's a pretty good run by Brown. They kind of, slightly for a few seconds sealed off that end. But it looks like Ottawa may be waiting for this run game. So it looks like if they stick to this, it's going to be up to the quarterback.
Third and very long now. BJ Slaughter going in the shotgun. Slaughter looking around. Slaughter going over the middle and nearly had his man, but just got tipped away. Pass intended for number 21. That was actually intended for Douglas Brown.
That was a good pass, but even better, coverage there by, I'm pretty sure that was the free safety, just, laying the hit right as his hands touch that ball. You just got to tip your cap sometimes to those type of plays.
Mm-hmm. 4th and 11 now. Gonna send out the punt team. That's gonna be a little bit low, but the kick is away. Gonna be taken around the 30, and it's gonna bring up 1st and 10 for Scar Patterson and company.
Yeah, let's see maybe if Scar Patterson can get that arm going a little bit. But I get the feeling, the way they started out on the first drive, they may come out in a run formation this time.
1st and 10 now for Ottawa. Gonna go under center with the offset eye. And it's gonna be a handoff up the middle. Kevin Say getting a decent run off that.
Oh, yeah, that draw play worked the way it was supposed to. Draws the defense in one way, gives you time to get the hole open, and right through it goes Kevin Shea.
2nd and 7 now for Ottawa. First decent play of the game for them. Keeps their offense on schedule. Offset eye. Gonna pull an audible there. Hand it off once more to Kevin Say. Kevin Say gonna break through the defensive line. He gains another 3 yards.
Kevin Shea has made this a pretty manageable 3rd and 4. So, I mean, he's been running pretty good these last 2 plays. We'll see if they go back to him, but I get the feeling they're going to go for that pass, and Albuquerque's going to be waiting on it.
And they're going to go empty backfield, so it does look like the pass is going to be their intended target. And that is what it's going to be. Patterson going to go with a short throw over the middle, only gaining a yard. Catch made there by number 88, Rupert Westcloud.
Yeah, Rupert Westcloud with the catch there, but he's got to remember, on those short 3rd down plays like that, you got to know where that line to gain is, and you got to be across it.
So now 4th down and 3 drives, 3 punts for these 2 teams. Loft snaps right exactly where you need it to be, and that's going to be a long punt. Fielded a little bit past the 25 by Albuquerque, and it's not going to gain any more. 1st and 10 now for PJ Slaughter.
Funny thing here, Jack, is this kind of reminds me of the first game Albuquerque was in last season, where it seemed to be a punt game between the 2 punters before somebody finally decided to break that streak of punts.
Well, we'll see if Albuquerque decides to break it on this drive. 1st and 10. Slaughter takes a massive drop back, and he's going to find his man, but he drops it. The tight end, Steven Torres, just drops what would have been possibly a 1st down.
Yeah, that was Steven Torres hearing the footsteps of that defensive back coming up on him real quick. He heard the steps and then looked and took his eye off the ball and just dropped it.
2nd and 10. Albuquerque coming in the offset I formation. Going to hand it off to Brown, and Brown is going to lose a massive amount of yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 14 for Albuquerque. Number 92, Mitch Trunk on the massive tackle for loss.
Yeah, Mitch Trunk just kind of, beat the end of the offensive line there and was in the backfield by the time the back got the ball.
3rd and very long, Slaughter in the shotgun. Slaughter dropping back, gonna find his way around. The ball just gets thrown directly up into the air. Gonna bring up 4th and 14. 4 drives, 4 straight punts.
I think Slaughter got hit as he threw right there, and that ball just kind of went straight up and right back down. That could have been anybody's ball on a play like that.
Yeah, not much you really could have done with that one. And now Ralph Bennington comes out to send it away. I will say, though, Ottawa does seem to be winning the battle of territory, as now Bennington is within the Albuquerque 10-yard line. Kick is long and away. Going to be taken up to the 38-yard line. Scar Patterson going to look to gain the first down of the game.
Yeah, Ottawa is slowly winning this territory battle by pushing them back, you know, even with punts. So I'm curious to see if this is going to work out in their favor.
So they're going to go 1st and 10. Under center with the split back. Patterson going to throw it on the flat. And his man gets about 3 yards on that one. Kevin Say getting his first reception of the day.
Hey, that was a great halfback pass to Kevin Say, and even better, you know, open field tackle there by the defense to keep him from gaining any more yards. That could have been a big play for them.
Exactly what you needed for both sides, really. And Ottawa coming out in the heavy set. Gonna adjust the play a little bit. Patterson once again with the halfback throw to Say, and Say's going to gain about a yard. I don't think they're going to say that he got anything, though.
It looked like he may have gained about a yard. We'll see where they place it, but, you know, that was a good play by the rookie there, Black, coming in to stop that play dead at the line.
Hey, the new guy getting his first tackle for the Albuquerque Adams. Patterson going in the shotgun, 3rd and long. Patterson finds his way over the middle, gets his man, and that's going to be a first down and a few yards more for Ottawa.
Oh, great little slant route right there by the receiver. Even better throw by Patterson. So, you know, they get their first down and keep this drive moving.
Yeah, the catch is made there by Cole Vermillion. A great route, just run over the middle, catch the ball, get the first down. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special. And Ottawa, they're still on the field. 1st and 10, Patterson in the shotgun. Patterson snaps a little bit low. Patterson going to air it out deep, and it's going to be tipped away. And once again, Ottawa heading back into the hurry-up.
I just can't say much more about the coverage there that the defense had. That was amazing.
Same play I think they're going to be running with, and that one's just dropped. Going to bring up 3rd and 10. Ottawa still in the hurry-up, even though it's 5:13 remaining in the first. Going to be another shotgun throw. Going to move around the pocket a little bit, and he's got the first down. Scar Patterson with the easy throw and catch. I think that was once again Cole Vermillion on the reception.
Great one-handed catch there.
Going to be a little play action. Penalty. We're going to see how that's going to work out. Pass dropped by Kevin Say, but we got to see what the penalty is.
From where it looked like the flag may have been thrown, that might be a hold, and that ball could be coming back.
And that it will be. So, actually, it's a defensive holding against the Adams. And if you're Ottawa right now, I don't know how this drive could get much better, apart with, of course, some points.
Yeah, 6 points is the only thing that can make this drive any better for you. Everything momentum-wise is going their way right now.
So, once again, we're going to be bringing up 1st and 10 now. Ball's all the way to the Albuquerque 31-yard line. This is debatable field goal territory if you're Ottawa. Going to go in the offset eye. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. Going to be a short little drop back. Halfback pass out to Kevin Say. Say's got a little bit of room to run. Spins around his man, and he's going to get down to the 15-yard line. Easy money.
This has been a Kevin Say show this drive. We'll see if they continue to go to him for those 6 points.
Seems to be the same formation they ran with the last play, and it's going to be the same play, flipped the other way. Kevin Say only gaining 2 yards, but just gets them that little bit closer to the end zone.
Albuquerque's going to have to do something to stop him because he's just eating the yards up as they march down this field methodically.
2nd and 8 now. Probably the first second down that we've had in about a minute or so. Patterson with a split back. Patterson going in with a bit of an audible. Patterson Gonna be another play action. Gonna go to the sideline. Gonna gain some yards, but not the first down. Catch made by Deuce Fennick.
That was a great catch by Deuce Fennick. They're able to keep, those speed in bounds and make this a manageable 3rd and 4.
And they're inside the 10, too, so even if they don't get this, it's basically free points.
Almost definitely.
And they're going to go into the heavy set, possibly a handoff to Kevin Say is going to be what's on the menu. And no, they're going to throw it. It's going to be a little half-pack pass again, but they're going to lose 2 yards on that one. Catch made by the fullback, Herman Moore.
It's a good catch there by Herman Moore, but the Adams, they went to those little passes too many times, and they were waiting on it, and were able to stop it with ease.
Well, fortunately for Ottawa, they get some points, but fortunately for Albuquerque, they keep him out of the end zone as George Murphy comes out to take what should be an easy field goal. Kick is up, and it's through for 3. Finally, Ottawa gets some points on the board, and Albuquerque finds themselves down to the defending runner-up.
The way this game's been going, this could be a barn burner of a game coming up. I'm excited to see it.
Ball's on the tee once again. George Murphy now getting ready to send it away. Kick is off, and it's going to be a long one. Taking it around the 10 by Albuquerque. Going to make it up past the 20, past the 25, up to the 28-yard line. First down, Adams.
Yeah, P.J. Slaughter hadn't had the best start coming in. I mean, he is ranked, with the highest QBR coming into this game at 104. So let's see if he can get everything back on track and answer this 3 points that Ottawa just put up.
1st and 10, and they're going to go in the I form. Going to be interesting to see what they do here. Slaughter already calling a bit of an audible. Snap going to be handed off now to Douglas Brown, and Douglas Brown gains absolutely nothing on that one.
Oh, that was a great play by the lineman there. He just blew through his block and was waiting on the running back when he came into that gap.
2nd and 10 now for Albuquerque. Same formations they ran with last time. Going to hand it off to Brown. Brown tries to go to the outside. That's not going to work either for Albuquerque. You'd almost expect them just to go for the air at this point.
I mean, they're going to have to go to the air. This run game's just not working for them. So, I mean, they just can't seem to get those blocks set right.
Slaughter in the shotgun formation. Only one in the backfield with them. And he's going to drop back. Tries to go over the top, and that's going to be tipped away. Excellent pass defense from Ottawa, Brandon Rue.
That was great, coverage there by Brandon Rue, able to high point to get to the ball and knock it down. I don't know what Albuquerque's going to have to do to get this passing game or this run game going, but they're going to have to do it pretty soon.
Bennington making the now all too familiar trot for him this first quarter as he's going to punt it away to Ottawa, who, after a score and a stop, must certainly be feeling the momentum on their side. Kick is long, and it's going to be taken up to the 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
We get to watch Star Passon come back out, with a little bit of weight taken off his shoulders since they got those points. Maybe that'll, calm him down a little bit more, and we'll see more out of him on this drive.
First and 10, going to go into the heavy set once more. Patterson dropping back to throw. That's going to be a fumble picked up by, I think that is Albuquerque. No, Ottawa able to maintain possession after that scare.
I don't know. That kind of looked like a forward pass to me, Jake. If they review it, we'll see. But I would myself call that an incomplete pass more than I would a fumble.
The tackle, Zach Lords, possibly saving the drive, but Ottawa is coming out here to challenge. Kind of interesting that you would die on a hill like that. Really, the only difference that you would gain is maybe a few yards. But let's see inside the ref's booth.
I don't know. That kind of looked like it may have been going forward. So we'll see what, you know, our friend R62 has got to say here.
After review, the play stands. It was a backwards pass and therefore
And the play actually stands. Fumble is the ruling, and so Ottawa gets charged the timeout and loses the handful of yards. Again, still rather interesting if you ask me that they decided to die on that hill right there.
I was expecting more of the booth to challenge it than I was than Ottawa. I wouldn't have done it as the coach myself.
Anywho, 2nd and 17. Patterson in the shotgun. Patterson gonna run up for the throw, and he gets his man. And the defender was lucky he was able to turn around there, or it would have been utterly devastating as Deuce Fennick gets the reception and probably could have had a lot more yards.
Yeah, Adam was trying to make a little play there by jumping that route, and he did it just a little too soon, and the ball got behind him. It's a great play there by Patterson.
Patterson going over the middle, and it's intercepted by Albuquerque. One of the weirder interceptions I've seen, but nevertheless, an excellent pick from John Stamango.
Yeah, that was a great play there by the strong safety John Stamango. You know, catching that ball as it bounces off the receiver, and he was just right there in the right place.
But now, Albuquerque, for the first time today, if I'm not mistaken, this is their first trip over the 50-yard line into Ottawa territory with a little over a minute remaining in the first quarter. Slaughter gonna drop back. Slaughter finds Brown on the little halfback route, and he's gonna gain about 2 yards.
This Ottawa defense looks different from the one that, you know, we saw last week. They've come to play today. They've been all over the field and able to slow this Albuquerque offense down.
2nd and 9. Slaughter going to go under center, going to be in the I form. Hand it off to Brown. Brown with a spin move, and he's going to gain 3 yards.
That was a really good run by Brown there. His old line was able to bust the defensive line opening, giving him run the room. That was the best run he's had so far today.
The safety, Emmanuel Blackman, on the tackle. But now that brings up 3rd and 6. Going to be an I form once again, but with 3 receivers wide. Slaughter takes a deep drop. Slaughter finds his man, and that's going to be a 1st down and 10 down to the Ottawa 25-yard line. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. 2 teams in a tight defensive battle, but Ottawa's knocking on the door. Don't go anywhere. We have SFLm football right here on the SFL YouTube channel. After the quarter break, we flip ends of the field, and Albuquerque within the 25 of Ottawa. Hand it off to Douglas Brown, and Brown's going to gain maybe a yard or 2.
Yeah, Albuquerque's getting forced to becoming like a one-dimension team here because this run game just really has not got going except maybe a play or 2 here and there. So Ottawa's standing up as a defense.
2nd and 10. In the heavy set now. Slaughter gonna dump it out once more to Brown, and Brown's not gonna get anything.
Yeah, that was a little short pass trying to get the halfback on the move, but he got punished there by Dion Lewis on that hit.
3rd and 11. It's going to be a long throw for Slaughter. Snaps right where he needs it to be. He's going to go a little bit long, and it's going to be tipped away. Ottawa once again coming up with a massive stop, and Brandon Rue comes in with the clutch play.
That was a good play by Brandon Rue. That pass was a little low, so he was able to jump up there and knock it out of the sky. Great way to, bend and not break as a defense.
Albuquerque sending out Terrence Calico to take the relatively long field goal attempt for an SFLm kicker. Snaps a little bit on the low end. Calico kick is up and away. And it's no good! Albuquerque on what was possibly their best scoring opportunity this entire game, and it just goes begging.
Yeah, you kind of wonder maybe if the pressure got to him there, because I didn't see anybody really in his face, or maybe the ball was held wrong. They needed that.
The perfect spout of luck if you're Ottawa, but if you're Albuquerque, that's not what you wanted to see. And that's going to bring up first down and 10 for Ottawa in decent field position as well. In the heavy set. Patterson dropping back to throw, finds his man over the middle, and he's going to gain his way all the way up to the 48-yard line. Rupert Westcloud on another immaculate reception from the backfield.
Oh yeah, that was a great route run by Rupert there, and it was kind of really more of a quick pass from Patterson. Great yard gains.
Well, while we're talking about out there, the second season of the SFL Minor League is underway, but it's not too late to build a player, get on a team, and start progressing in preparation for the next SFL rookie draft this December. Visit www.simulationfl.net to join our Discord server and get on the field. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Estelli on Discord after visiting the Get Started channel if you have further questions. We'll see you on the field soon. After that play, it's 2nd and 8. Ottawa once again in the heavy second. I hand it off to Say. Say finds a little bit of room towards the outside, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 3 as they cross the 50.
Yeah, Ottawa was able to seal off, that side of the field for Say to get a good run. But you got to start wondering if Albuquerque's defense is getting gassed from being on the field as much as they have this first half.
3rd and short. I wouldn't be surprised if they once again just give it to Say and see if he can get the couple yards. That's exactly what they're going to do, and he's got blocking towards the outside, and he is going to carry it up to the 35-yard line of Albuquerque.
Albuquerque's just, their defense is gassed. Ottawa's got the momentum. They're blowing their defensive line, completely backwards, giving Say all the room he needs to run, and he's just putting on a show.
Tackle on that one was made by Norman Harrison. Gonna bring up 1st and 10, ball on the 35. Ottawa coming out once again in the heavy set. Patterson, pump fakes, dumps it over to Kevin Say. Say with the spin move, and he's gonna gain 7 yards.
Oh, that was a great play, or a great throw right there by Patterson, acting like a veteran, taking the hit while throwing and still being able to complete it to Say, who gains a few yards. Oh, they're going to challenge to see maybe if he stepped out.
Kind of an interesting challenge, but we'll see on the replay. Let's see. Caught the ball, and well, that's going to be a little bit testy. They'll have to see if the toe maybe stepped out.
Kind of looked like it may have stepped out. R62 will tell us.
After review, the player stepped out of bounds.
And the call is overturned. Say did in fact step out of bounds, so that 7-yard run from Say after the catch is all for naught.
It was still a good play. He's just, you got to keep your awareness of where you are on the field.
That's something that really can only come with experience, not only in the minors, but at the professional level. Heavy set once again. Hand off to Say. Say gets a couple blocks. He's got one man who he needs to shed, but he doesn't shed him, but he gets the first down anyway.
Shea just showing, he made up for that little step out he had, and Out of bounds with a nice, huge run there.
Tackle in that last play was made at the end by the new guy, Cyrock Black, for Albuquerque, their new linebacker signing, joining in just this week, showing you once again, it's not too late to get involved if you haven't already. Split back. Gonna be a little draw play to Say, and Say's gonna lose a yard.
Yeah, the Albuquerque defense was able to get through the line there, get off their blocks. That was Adam Leach that was able to come through as a cornerback and get the tackle for a loss there.
2nd and 10 from the Adams 24-yard.
2nd and 11. Patterson going to once again hand it off to Say. Say picks up a couple blocks, and he's going to gain about 7 yards from that.
That was a great run by Say, but an even better block by his guard, Evan Townsend, who was able to open him up and get him out there and get him in the open field.
The underappreciated offensive lineman. It's a tale as old as football itself. 3rd and 4. Ottawa in the red zone. Hand off to Say, and Say gets swallowed in the backfield. Albuquerque knew what was coming, and they just swamped him.
Yeah, they just kind of went to that, that well one too many times on the run with Say, and Albuquerque comes through with Ryan Ray and just, demolishes it.
So now Ottawa trots out George Murphy. He's already made a field goal earlier, but this is from a slightly greater distance than that one was, and not too far away from where Calico missed his. Kick is away, and the kick is good. Ottawa takes a 6-0 lead.
To give you a little update, Jack, on the other game, it's Memphis 10, Madison 6 with 12 left to go in the second quarter.
I was actually on the call for the Memphis game last week. They looked very, very good for one of the new teams, and once again, taking Madison to task. It doesn't matter which Madison team it is, they are not an easy team to beat. Kick is away from George Murphy. Received at about the 6-yard line by Albuquerque, and Albuquerque's going to take it up to about the 27-yard line is where they're going to pin him at. Brody on the return.
At this point in time in the game as a head coach, you got to start wondering if you need to play like the punter does not exist. You got a little over 5.5 minutes to go, and you still need to put some points on the board before the half's over.
Well, 1st and 10, Albuquerque coming out with Slaughter under center. Slaughter, going to be a short drop back, finds his man on the flats, and he's going to gain about 3 yards. The fullback, Luke Waverly, on the reception.
That was a good one-handed catch by Luke Waverly there. I mean, the ball was thrown behind him, so he did everything he could to get his hand on the ball, and he was able to gain, those 3 yards.
2nd and 6.
Going to be a handoff to Douglas Brown, and Brown's going to lose a yard. Ottawa's defense has come to play. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, that's Brandon Rue again on the tackle. I mean, able to get through that gap, meet Brown in the backfield, and Ottawa's defense stands strong.
Sometimes you got to wonder if the offensive linemen need to head back to the benches if a safety's getting through the line that regularly. Slaughter with a deep drop, scans the field, takes his time, takes a little dump route, easy couple yards, but an easy couple yards is not what you want on 3rd down.
Yeah, what caused that play right there was a great coverage by Ottawa downfield. They were able to force P.J. Slaughter to dump it off to the halfback, and, those little short plays don't get you first downs very often.
Once again, Ralph Bennington takes his all-too-familiar trot. A little over 4 minutes remaining in the half as Bennington punts it away. Fielded around the 32 and maybe gains a yard for Ottawa. That was Cole Vermillion once again on the return. 1st and 10. You know, if I was Ottawa, a little over 4 minutes. Albuquerque has maybe one more possession left in the half. I would say almost kind of open up the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, I'd open up the playbook to plays you normally wouldn't run just to get them out there and keep Albuquerque off balance.
Empty backfield for Scar Patterson. Patterson with a short little throw, and that's going to gain them 7 yards, and they go right back into the hurry-up.
They have kept, Albuquerque on the field a lot with this hurry-up offense.
Same formation as last time. Low snap, over the middle, and he's able to find his man. I think that was Deuce Fennick on the reception. Cross midfield.
Yeah, that was Deuce Fennick. They've been able to find the holes in this defense.
Patterson moves around the pocket a little bit. Finds Fennick again over the middle. That's going to be a 5-yard gain.
I mean, Albuquerque's defense has got to be tired. They've been out there.
Yep. As it's going to be it's going to be just a 2-yard gain pass to Kevin Say, but at least that gives Ottawa's offense a little time to breathe.
Yeah, I thought maybe, they'd go right back to it, but they're going to take their time, call up another play, and see maybe if they can probably put it downfield over Albuquerque.
Offset eye, 2 wide receivers towards the bottom of your screen. Patterson dropping back. Patterson finds his man on the flat. Easy money. Gets the yards you need. Nothing more, nothing fancy. Ryan Roosevelt on the reception.
This has been a methodical march down the field by Ottawa with these short passes. They're just going with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it, ideals of play calling.
1st and 10. It'll be a split back play. Shotgun. Gonna be a play action. Dumps it off. And he's gonna gain about a yard. A lot of pomp and circumstance for a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, that play probably, you need to kind of hit the halfback in stride instead of him just standing there. That gave Albuquerque the chance to come up with that closing speed and shut that play down pretty quick.
2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top of your screen. And that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Ottawa marching down the field. Can they get points before half? Or can Albuquerque get the stop and possibly make their own drive down the field and get it closer coming to halftime? Empty backfield for Scar Patterson on 2nd and 9. A little bit of aggressive play calling. Snap is low. Just a quick throw over the middle. Not going to gain him many yards. Catch is made by Rupert Westcloud.
Yeah, I think they may have gained like a yard or 2 there. But, don't forget, these short yardage passes have been working for Ottawa this drive, so I would be surprised if they, went to something else besides another little short yardage pass.
You also think about it, it does kill off a significantly larger chunk of clock than going for a deep ball. And if you're Ottawa, you're playing for the 2-possession lead, you're getting the same result either way. And speaking of getting the same result either way, whenever you drop back like that with not great offensive linemen, you're going to get pressured.
Oh, that was a great play to come through that line, get off your block, and get to the quarterback. We'll see if that messes with, Ottawa here.
The only upside was the fact that he wasn't sacked, or otherwise this would have been almost out of field goal range for Ottawa. George Murphy, 2 for 2 on the day so far. Let's see if he can notch a 3rd one, making it 3 for 3. Kick is up and on the way. And it's good from 46 yards. George Murphy. What a night.
Let's see, that gives Ottawa all 3 points they've got off of field goals. So Murphy right now is the star and the player of the game as we get ready to go into halftime pretty soon.
The greater benefit, of course, is the fact that now Ottawa has a 2-possession lead, and Albuquerque is going to have to play it extremely aggressive heading into the half. Kicks away. Fielded it around the 6-yard line. And they're going to take it up to the 27-yard line for Albuquerque. Brody sets him up in decent field position, but now we just got to see what Albuquerque can do. They haven't been able to do too much in terms of offensive production today, but they just absolutely need to get something done now. First and 10. Slaughter goes towards the flat. Douglas Brown gets right back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say he didn't get a single yard more.
Yeah, he really just made it back to the line of scrimmage, but with a little over a minute to go, if you need to score points, you can't be going with these little short yardage passes. Albuquerque's going to have to go downfield.
Well, Albuquerque also has all 3 timeouts to work with, but I do agree, you need to get aggressive now. Slaughter in the shotgun. Slaughter snaps right where the money is, and that's going to be a dropped pass. Kyle Finnemore could have gained a couple yards over the middle, but just drops it.
Yeah, Nichols there, getting a hit putting a hit on him right as the ball touches his hands. I mean, great, coverage by Ottawa there, standing strong again.
Ottawa's pass coverage has basically been what has kept Albuquerque from really being able to do any damage. None of their throws really have gone for more than 10 yards. They're looking like Drew Brees out there. Slaughter, dropping back, pocket collapsing, finds his man over the middle! Oh my, what an excellent throw and catch as Albuquerque calls the timeout. Kyle Finnemore with the redemption.
Yeah, there's the plays, we've been looking for Albuquerque. I mean, that's the type of play, we've been used to seeing Slaughter make, and Finnemore there with the great catch, being able to get behind the secondary. I hope to see more of that coming up.
37 seconds. Albuquerque used their first timeout from that play, but they are across midfield, so if they could at least get a field goal here, it wouldn't be that bad.
They got to get some kind of points here.
Couldn't agree with you more. First and 10, Slaughter in the shotgun. Slaughter, pocket collapsing, throws it over the middle again, and oh, I thought he had it. And that, I think, was Finnemore once again the intended target. But Brandon Rue, what an amazing night he's been having.
He's been having a great night. He, again, got there right as Finnemore's hands touched the ball, and he was able to knock it loose.
Second and 10. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. Slaughter finds a way, finds a hole right in the middle of the coverage, and that's going to get him up to, I think that's about the 30.
Yeah, that's about the 30-yard line there. Great pass by Slaughter. We'll see maybe if they try to go for a run, but I'm hoping they, stick with this passing game because it's starting to work for them right now.
Offset eye. Ball just outside of the 30. Slaughter dropping back. Slaughter once again goes over the middle, and that one was nearly intercepted. Number 44 for Ottawa on the deflection. Sean Moore, have yourself a day alongside Emmanuel Blackman.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised throw, really, into a coverage of 4 red jerseys right there. Those are the type of plays you really can't make.
Maybe they're still trying to get a little bit more aggressive. With 24 seconds, though, really, you kind of have to. Slaughter nearly gets sacked in the backfield, able to barely get it away. But Mitch Trunk, the defensive lineman, just basically saves it for Ottawa.
Yeah, Slaughter saw Trunk coming in, so I think he just threw the ball to, keep from getting that sack. The pressure's really getting to him right now.
Snaps right where it needs to be. Slaughter going deep over the middle, and it's picked off! Ottawa with the interception, and it looks like it could be going the other way. Get in the blocks, number 22. That is Emmanuel Blackman. He is gone. Pick 6, Ottawa Cavalry.
Man, that was a great coverage play right there by Blackman to be able to high point catch that ball, and then he got a couple of blocks from his team, and it just turned into a foot race from then on out.
That has to be one of the most impeccable pick sixes I've seen, and not just the SFLm, but in the entirety of the SFL. Emmanuel Blackman, put that on your highlight reel, my man. Absolutely amazing.
We've had some plays today that have, been amazing, and that one's going to rank right up there in the top 5 for me.
Couldn't agree with you more, as now Ottawa out to kick the extra point that would put them up by, I think it would pretty much be 3 scores now heading into halftime. All the momentum's on the side of the Cavalry. Snaps right where it needs to be, kick is up, and it is through for one more. 16-0, and unless Albuquerque can outshow Ottawa with a kick 6, that's looking to be the score heading into the half.
Yeah, I think, if they do have a little time on the clock after this, they'll probably just run it to kill the clock out.
Kick is away from Murphy. Brody back deep to return. Brody getting to the 25, and that's going to bring us to the half. After a relatively slow first quarter, what else can we say? But it's been pretty much utter chaos for the Adams, but for the Cavalry, returning to championship runner-up form.
Oh, this has been a tale of 2 different teams for, the Adams this week. They came out beating the defending champs last week. They come in here to Ottawa, and they just can't seem to get anything going run or pass-wise right now. Ottawa has stood strong this whole game.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be that just with Albuquerque, their offense, except for that last drive, but even then that ended in a pick 6, nothing has been able to go for them. Meanwhile, for Ottawa, sure, they've had some drives where things just kind of sputtered out, but they've also had some drives where they were able to drive right down the field. Sure, they sputtered out at around the 30, but they were able to get points off those, and with that pick 6, it's a 3-score ball game.
Yeah, like you said, they've come out in that championship runner-up form that they played last year. You got to be wondering what the Albuquerque coaching staff is thinking right now of how they're going to turn this game around, being down, by 3 scores.
If I was Albuquerque, I'd be telling my players, just think to last week. Think of what we were doing then, and go out and do that as best you possibly can. Nothing more, nothing less from them.
Yeah, you got to wonder though if this is starting to get to into Slaughter's head, even though he is, a 2-year player in this league. This can still, even to a veteran, get in your head with a game like this. Hopefully he can shake it off and come back out.
Well, if there is any upsides for the Adams, they do get the ball to start the second half. Hopefully, if they can get a score off this drive, then I think things are going to be in at least a decent enough position for them to come back and win. Kick is away from Murphy. Brody going to be back deep to return this one once more. Takes it past the 30, and they're going to say they got tackled right at the 30-yard line. First down, 10 to go.
Yeah, PJ Slaughter leads the Adams back out on the field. They really need to get some points here just for their confidence to get back into this game.
Slaughter is going to come out under center, 2 wide, 1 in the backfield. Slaughter takes a deep drop, going over the middle, and he finds his man all the way up to the 50-yard line. Kyle Finnemore, the deep threat for this Adams offense.
Yeah, Kyle Finnemore coming out right on the first play. Albuquerque just throws it downfield. Fenimore's there to catch it. I get the feeling these two are going to start hooking up here pretty soon for the second half.
You were discussing that they needed something to just reinstate that confidence, and I think a play like that has to do at least some good in reinstating a team's confidence.
Yeah, those are the type of plays you need coming out like this.
Going to hand it off to Brown. Brown going right up the middle, and he's going to gain 2 yards. Not a bad run. Keeps your offense on schedule.
Yeah, it was a good run by Brown. You got to gain a few more yards, to be able to suck that defensive secondary in so you can go over the top.
Slaughter scans the field. Slaughter hit as he throws, and that one almost got caught, which I think is the craziest part of that play.
That's that, again, that's that Ottawa secondary causing those types of plays with that great coverage. And then the line being able to, get pressure finally on Slaughter and hitting him as he throws.
3rd and 8. Ball's on the Ottawa 48. Slaughter's in the shotgun. Slaughter, the snap's pretty dang high. Pocket collapsed on him, and he just did what he always does and just throws it away.
Yeah, that's a good, that's a veteran play by him to get rid of the ball instead of taking this, the sack. But this Albuquerque line's going to have to, tighten up because they're letting this pressure get all over Slaughter, and they just can't do that.
4th and 8, they're going to send out the punt unit. Ralph Bennington so far probably, if we were to count yards for territory, getting the most yards on the day for Albuquerque. Kick is long, and it's going to take an Albuquerque bounce. Are they going to pin him deep? Yes, they will! What an immaculate punt from Ralph Bennington.
That's the kind of punch you want from your punter right there is, pin him back on somewhere between the 10 and the goal line, and he gets it to the 1.
But now for Ottawa, a hard predicament for them. In the shadow of their own goalposts, what will they do? Albuquerque going to go with a bit more of an aggressive defense. Handoff to Say in the end zone. Say in the end zone for way too long. Gets out and almost to the 20.
I thought they had him in the end zone there for a safety, but then his line just, sealed up that outside, and he just kept with that hard-nosed football halfback running and got down the field.
He also shed like 2 or 3 tackles on his trip up to the 19. But for Ottawa, now a little room to breathe as they're going to come out in the shotgun. Patterson gonna lob the ball deep, and he has his man. If he had just came down and started running, he probably would have had a touchdown. Ryan Roosevelt, what an immaculate reception.
What a great, play by Patterson and Roosevelt. You couldn't hook up for anything better. If he'd have just had that ball down a little more for Roosevelt, it'd have been a foot race to the end zone.
Ottawa already up to Albuquerque's, all the way up to their own 40 already after just 2 plays. Patterson dropping back, a little dump pass to Say, and Say is gaining a yard.
It's a good little, dump off route to gain a yard. It's not what you really want, but with the coverage that was downfield, and he checked down to that, and at least it was a positive play. Could have been worse.
Snaps a little bit low for Patterson. Moving around the pocket. Finds Say on the flat. Defender got a little bit too aggressive. Probably could have brought him down for a loss of a few yards. But instead, Say's going to gain a few.
Yeah, he tried to jump that route, to knock the ball out. But he, right over his hand, Say caught it. But at least the defender was still able to take him down before he gained a chunk of yards on that play.
Patterson. It's 3rd and 5 now. Patterson gonna find Fennick, and Fennick gets the first down right across the midfield into Albuquerque territory.
Deuce Fennick, with the catch there, he's a pretty big boy at 6'5", 220. So when you throw it, you can pretty much throw it to where he's the only person that's going to catch that ball. That was a good play by him.
Coming out in the I form, gonna be 1st and 10. Handoff to Kevin Say, and Say, there's pretty much no one who's gonna touch him right at the line.
Yeah, the line opened up, a small hole. His fullback came up, got the nice block, which was able to get that 6 yards they needed to make this short 2nd and 4.
Coming out with the split backs. Snaps right where you want it. And Deuce Fennick, uncharacteristic of him, just drops the ball.
Yeah, he hadn't dropped many tonight, so that was, really uncharacteristic of him. I don't know if he heard the linebacker right there on top of him or what it was that caused him to drop it, but it was just an uncharacteristic drop for him.
Just about halfway through the 3rd, Ottawa still just driving along. Patterson aims for the sideline, and he finds his man, and they find a 1st down. Ryan Roosevelt, have yourself a drive.
That's another one of those plays where Patterson, acting like a veteran quarterback, put the ball literally where it was only his receiver that was going to get it. Roosevelt was able to catch it and hold on to possession as they went out of bounds and hit the ground.
Once again, it's a 1st down and 10 for Ottawa. Just driving down. Little dump pass off to Kevin Say. And Say gains 3 or 4 yards. Not exactly a flashy play, and it's something that Ottawa's run time and time again, but it does what they need it to do.
Yeah, Ottawa's basically, just kind of nickeling and diming this defense down the field with those little short halfback or passes to the halfback.
Split backs with 2 wide receivers. Short throw over the middle, going to gain another 3 yards. Roosevelt with the reception.
I don't know who's having the better drive here, Shea or Roosevelt. They're both just, having a day right now. We'll see if Patterson keeps going to them or if we're going to start going to the run here in just a minute.
Well, it seems to be that they're going to be going through the air. That they will. Pocket collapses. Going to go over the top, and that's possibly a DPI.
That may actually be a DPI on the Adams there, where the flag came in.
Pass interference.
That it will be, and it is on Albuquerque. The penalty falls on Marco Swift, the corner. You just can't be making mistakes like that.
Yeah, when you're down, this many points, you just cannot make stupid pass interference plays like that. You just can't do it.
But for Ottawa, the drive continues on. Right at Albuquerque's 10, it may as well be 1st and goal. Coming out in the heavy set for Ottawa. Dropping back. Easy little short pass. He's got a lot of green for him. Just an easy pitch and catch. Run for a few yards. The fullback, Luke Waverly, with the reception.
Yeah, they went to the fullback this time instead of Kevin Shea, but again, it's that little pass out into the flat right there that they've just been able to march down the field time and time again.
Second and 3, ball on the 3. Hand off to Kevin Say, and Say gets lit up at the line.
Yeah, the number 24, that would be
Adam Leach.
Adam Leach was able to come through the gap and just light Shea up.
3rd and 5. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ottawa try to go for an end zone pass. That they will. Short throw to the corner! Touchdown! Cavalry! Roosevelt with the reception.
It's a great play by Roosevelt. That little, out route right there at the line. The defensive the defensive back tried to jump and just couldn't get high enough, and it was able to go over his head right into Roosevelt's hands.
Ball game is now 22-0. With the extra point on its way, it could become a 23-0 game. Snaps extremely low. It's blocked. The kick is blocked by Albuquerque.
What a push by that special teams line. And like I said, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Special teams can win and lose you ball games. So let's hope maybe that they're not going to regret that blocked field goal later.
But for Albuquerque, that has to restore some morale in the team. Kick taken up to the 27-yard line, so they're going to mark down Marcus Brody. Albuquerque, after that blocked PAT, has to be feeling at least somewhat decent about themselves.
Yeah, that should have gave them, some confidence. You saw after, that one little confidence play, they started moving. Maybe this will give them enough to get down there and put some points on the board.
Slaughter takes a snap. Goes for a little bit of an aggressive play, but it does pay off. A roughly 12-yard gain from the throw.
Cedric Wild there with that catch. I mean, he ran that out route. Both teams seems to be using those out routes with different variations of success here. So maybe Albuquerque has found it and can start marching down the field with it.
But with Albuquerque, they're up to their own 41. In what was probably one of their more successful plays of the half. Going under center. In the I form. Hand off to Douglas Brown. Douglas Brown's got room to run to the outside. To the 40 to the 35. Taken down the 35-yard line of the Cavalry. What an amazing run.
That was a great run by Brown. As you can see, his line sealed it off. They were able to block those linebackers right there. Brown just almost turned it into a foot race had it not been for the free safety, Emmanuel Blackman. He saved them 6 points right there.
Douglas Brown, not really too productive on the day up until that point, but he was able to get a lot of yards. 1st and 10, ball on the Ottawa 34. Slaughter with a deep drop. Waiting, trying to find something, steps up in the pocket, and he finds someone, but it's going to be tipped, almost picked off by the linebacker, Sean Moore.
Yeah, again, when you have a quarterback that's standing in the pocket that long, that's because you got great coverage downfield, and, linebacker Shane right there was, literally right in the passing lane. He read P.J. Slaughter's eyes the whole way and knew where he was going.
Sean Moore, if he wasn't a linebacker, if he was one of them defensive backs, he probably would have been able to intercept and take it the other way. P.J. Slaughter has to be counting his blessings after that. 2nd and 10, going right under center. Slaughter, dump off to Douglas Brown. Brown loses a yard.
Deep in the third quarter, less than 3 minutes to go, you cannot be going with these short passes anymore. You're going to have to go medium to a almost deep range pass to start getting down the field and get you some points.
3rd and 11. Only Douglas Brown is in the backfield. Slaughter waits, throws it deep and just overthrew his man. Put a little bit too much gusto in that throw, and Ralph Bennington takes his all too familiar walk.
You got to wonder if the pressure was getting to him again, because he, that's the second time this drive that he's had to stand in the pocket that long looking for a receiver.
It isn't easy, no matter what your position is, to just stand in the pocket that long, trying to find something to work with you. But once again, Ralph Bennington set to punt it away. Let's see if he's able to pin this one deep. Bounces at the 5, and that's going to go into the end zone as Ottawa is going to set up shop at the 20-yard line.
We'll see, out comes Ottawa again with their on fire quarterback that they have in Scar Patterson right now. We'll see if he can keep his foot on the gas and continue this game this way.
Patterson this half, I can agree, utterly just on fire. The entire Ottawa offense firing on all cylinders. Patterson dumps it off to Say. Say makes a man miss, not going to get many more. Gains 2 yards. Say having nearly 10 receptions already, and we're not even at the end of the third quarter.
I mean, it's been the same story all night. Dump it out to Say, and he's just gaining those few yards here and there, and they just methodically move that ball down the field.
Offset I. Hand off to Say. Say's got some room to the outside, makes a man miss. And if he had shoved that tackler, he would have basically been gone.
Oh, that was a great way for the line to start that whole play off. They sealed off the end. Kevin Shea comes, takes the handoff, comes up, bounces, makes a defender miss, and almost took that one for 6.
But for Ottawa, their momentum continues. And Patterson wouldn't be surprised if he takes to the sky with this upcoming what looks to be throw. That's exactly what it's going to be. Over the middle and a one-handed grab by Roosevelt. Oh my! No, actually, that was the generic Cole Vermillion. The one-handed grab.
These Ottawa receivers have kind of just been showing out tonight. They're a completely different team from the way they came onto the field last week, and they've just caught Albuquerque off guard.
These two teams looking almost the exact opposite of the way they were last week. Under center split back, look for a handoff to Say. That's what they're going to do. Going to go right up the middle and maybe gain 2 yards. Kevin Say almost to the 100-yard milestone for the game.
Oh, yeah, he's had a heck of a game. I mean, last week he finished the game with 76 yards. He's almost to 100 now. That's a complete, turnaround from last week for him.
And this is going to be a free play for Ottawa. Little dump off to Kevin Say once again. Say gains a yard or 2, but that doesn't really matter. They're just going to take the penalty.
Yeah, again, you just cannot have those type of penalties in this type of game this late.
And the Cavalry accept. Bring them further up the field. Ottawa currently leading 22-0 over the Albuquerque Adams. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Get your 4s up, folks. We still got a ball game here. The Cavalry up 22-0 over the Albuquerque Adams. Scar Patterson gonna probably loosen up a little bit over these next few plays. Or it could just be another handoff to Say. That's what it's going to be. As he piles through the line, getting the first down.
Oh, that was some hard-nosed, old-school, in-your-face running right there by Say to grab that first down.
Shotgun split back is going to be the formation. Patterson goes for the deep ball. That one almost looked like it was going to be intercepted by Stamengo.
Yeah, Patterson goes to throw it, trying to get it over the head. Stamengo just lays out and almost came away with an interception there.
To bring up 2nd and 10 for Ottawa. Split backs. Same formation as the last play. But will they go for the same route? Patterson going to go with the medium length throw to Deuce Fennick. And Fennick gains 6 yards.
Yeah, again, Patterson going back, to what's worked for him all game with those little medium to short throws, and again, it works. If I wouldn't get away from it if I was him.
3rd and 4. At this point, the playbook's pretty much wide open. Dropping back, finds his man over the flat, but it's going to be tipped incomplete. Leach stops the cavalry in their tracks, and they're going to send out the punt unit for the first time in a pretty long while.
Last time I think I saw the punt unit was back in the first half, so this is unusual for them, but that was great coverage by Leach. He watched Patterson the whole way.
At least Ottawa could probably pin Albuquerque back deep. Punts away. Getting some decent airtime. It's going to be fair caught at the Albuquerque 11. Not the optimal punt from Ottawa, but it is what it is.
It's still, it's got them within that part of the red zone and got them kind of pinned deep because Albuquerque's had a problem moving the ball tonight, so this could work out in Ottawa's favor.
1st and 10, PJ Slaughter coming in hot with the audible. He's going to drop back a pretty decent amount, moves up in the pocket slightly, throws it to Douglas Brown, who is just standing there with Tyler Werner on the tackle.
That was, great pressure by the Ottawa defensive line being able to get in there and make Slaughter have to move and throw a short route to where his backs and linebackers should blow that play up in the backfield.
2nd and 13. Albuquerque in the offset eye after losing those 3 yards. Very deep drop, and they're going to lose another yard from that pitch and catch.
Fourth quarter, a little over 9 minutes. You can't be having plays that literally go for no or negative yards this late in the game.
Yeah, I mean, personally, if I were Albuquerque, I would just be, chucking it deep. It doesn't matter really if you throw a pick at this point. You have nothing to lose. Handoff to Douglas Brown, but Brown, what an excellent block there from his offensive line. And he was almost in a foot race, but Emmanuel Blackman saves the touchdown.
Yeah, great run by Brown. His, line comes out, blocks, his receivers get blocks, and it almost broke him loose for about, a 99-yard run, but Emmanuel Blackman again was there to stop him and save 6 points.
Emmanuel Blackman, he has to be the defensive player of the game for Ottawa. If they're handing out game balls in that locker room, I would be surprised if he gets one tonight. Slaughter scans the field, throws it for a medium throw, but it's going to be dropped. Intended receiver on the play was, once again, the fullback, Luke Waverly.
Yeah, Luke Waverly with the drop right there. You kind of wonder if it's just the pressure with how they've been playing, and he just got a little too excited or took his eyes off of it.
Offset eye. Slaughter going to throw. Slaughter, and that's going to be intercepted once again. Ottawa sheds a man. Can he get the block? Yes, he will. Touchdown, Ottawa Cavalry.
Wow, Jake, I'm not even real sure what to say about that. You know, Mike Scott jumped that route, was right there waiting for the ball, and then just took it back for 6. Had some great blocking. This has just not been a day for Albuquerque. It seems like everything they do just goes against them.
Even when it seemed like they were having some momentum established, Ottawa came in and literally they just picked it right out of the air, took it back the other way. But now George Murphy out to attempt the extra point to put him up 29-0. With 8:13 remaining, Albuquerque, it's not looking good. Kick is on its way, and the kick is good. 29-0 is the score after the pick 6. Ottawa having 2 pick 6s on the day.
Yeah. You gotta hope, you know, Albuquerque, as an Albuquerque staff member, that this doesn't get into your players' heads for later in the year.
George Murphy kicks it away. Kick going to be taken around the 10-yard line, moving it up past the 30 towards the 31. You know, if I were Albuquerque at this point, I would just be basically throwing out whatever game plan you came in with and just telling PJ Slaughter, look, do the best you can.
Yeah, you know, this late in the game, you got to play, you know, the punter doesn't exist, so you can't do that. You've got to go for it every down.
But they still come out in the I form. Going to hand it off to Brown. Brown gets a hole, and he's going to get 8 yards. A fairly respectable run.
Yeah, Brown has slowly started to warm up here as this game goes along with the runs. He's had 2 big ones. That was another, like, respectable one to give him a 2nd and 2. So maybe this will, you know, is a way to look at a good thing going.
Hand it off to Brown again. Brown fights through, and they're going to give him the first down.
Brown looking like Jerome Bettis there from the Pittsburgh Steelers, just hard-nosed, head down, running.
I take it that you're a big fan of that hard-nosed, head-down run, Chad, eh?
Oh, yeah, I love the old-school type of football. Straight up the middle.
Meanwhile, Albuquerque not going for that. Going to pass it. Gains 4 yards. Not a bad throw at all. You know, PJ Slaughter, after throwing his 2nd interception of the day, what you really need is just a simple throw to the tight end, Steven Torres.
Yeah, just to get your confidence back, you know, you don't want to go out there and just start flinging it down the field. You want to take a few nice short throws, get that confidence build up so you know you can do it.
Stat just showed there. Slaughter, much unlike last week, right now he has just a 25.7 QBR. A far cry from last week, but he still has shown some legitimate talent as Douglas Brown takes another run for about 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I think Slaughter's, you know, this is going to be a game that they're going to have to bounce back from. They're just playing for pride right now.
Once again, handoff to Brown, and Brown's going to lose a yard, bringing up 4th and 4. But honestly, if I were Albuquerque, I would just go for it.
Yeah, this is the time in the game, like I said, you can't, the punter just needs to stay on the bench. You need to go for it, but they're not going to do that. They're going to go ahead and bring him out again.
Bennington, the punt almost blocked. And Ottawa sets up shop at their own 19-yard line. And really the same sort of philosophy goes for them. You know, obviously their morale is much higher, but, you know, go deep in the playbook, pull something out that maybe you haven't tried before.
Oh, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they come out and just try to put another one on the board by going deep.
Scar Patterson takes in the shotgun, finds Deuce Fennick, and they're going to say that he caught that.
I'm not real sure if Fennick's feet were in bounds when he caught that, but, you know, I'm not the replay booth or the referee, so.
Yeah, and really, 3 yards is not a hill that I think either of these teams really want to die on at this point. Empty backfield for Scar Patterson. Patterson gonna go for the medium distance throw right into the heart of coverage. Really questionable play calling with the deflection coming from Julian Rasmus.
Yeah, this late in the fourth quarter, I don't know why he would try to fit that ball through a window like that with that kind of coverage. Wasn't a very smart play. Maybe, you know, he just got excited.
Well, maybe as we also said, you know, just digging deep in the playbook, just pulling out plays, see what works, what doesn't. As Patterson goes deep with the 50-50 ball, and it was the 50% chance it was not going to work as the throw to Roosevelt just falls incomplete.
That was really good coverage, though, by, you know, Albuquerque there. That was a 50-50 ball. Roosevelt laid out for it, and they were able just to knock it out of his hands.
A little bit different targeting. That probably would have gone for another touchdown.
Where you going?
And Aiden Loft, back deep, kicks it away. Fielded by Brody at around the 40, taking up to the 43, 1st and 10. Albuquerque, once again, another drive for PJ Slaughter. Yeah.
At this point in the game, I mean, you know, you just don't know. You're looking at your playbook. You don't know what to do that's going to work.
But Slaughter running in a formation that has not been seen too much from Albuquerque, at least as of late. Gonna go with the deep ball, and that one was nearly intercepted. Intended for Kyle Finnemore, but the deflection was made by Brandon Rue.
Brandon Rue again out there. I mean, I don't know how many deflections he has so far. He has pretty sure that was him that had a pick 6, so they just need to kind of try to stay away from Rue as much as possible.
Offset eye. Slaughter's going to be looking to be another aggressive play, but the pocket collapses. Able to just barely get the throw off. The pressure came in from Cliff Grizzly. Or no, Achilles Papatanis.
Yeah, Achilles right there almost had himself a sack, but somehow, again, PJ Slaughter is able to get that ball away to keep from getting a sack against him.
Despite all the quarterback pressure, surprisingly enough, Chad, there's not been a sack in this game. Slaughter going for the deep ball in the middle. He gets his man. They're going down to the 10-yard line. What an amazing pitch and catch. And unless they turn the ball over, Albuquerque could get their first points of the night.
This is exactly what you needed this late in the game for your quarterback.
And speaking of points, there they are. Touchdown, Albuquerque Adams.
This is the type of point, you know, you take, you build on for next week. Great, you know, route run by Nate and great throw by PJ Slaughter. That's the quarterback we saw, you know, last week with those type of passes.
Albuquerque avoids the shutout with just 4 minutes 35 remaining. And as you said, Chad, just the right confidence booster, something to put on the highlight reel for this week, you know, to put that out to the fans. Snaps really low, but the kick is off, and it's going to be through. 29-7. Calico's extra point. You know, it would be hard for Albuquerque to come back at this point, but they are going to go for the onside.
See, I don't blame them right here. I mean, you're just, again, playing for pride. Might as well go and try to get that onside kick recovered.
Let's see how they can do that. Terrence Calico. Kick is away, and it's going to be easily recovered by Ottawa, but it's fumbled, and Ottawa able to save it. Oh my, that one was close.
I thought, they had recovered it there off the fumble, but somehow Ottawa was able to recover that.
Just kind of a microcosm for the game on the whole. Albuquerque gets something going, but then Ottawa snatched it right back. You almost think Albuquerque would have gotten it again, but then Ottawa just keeps it on lockdown. Handoff to Say, and Say just gets wrapped up for a gain of maybe 1, with Cyrock Black having 10 tackles on the day. Welcome to the league, my man.
Have yourself a day there, young man, as a debut. I mean, how could you ask for a better debut, except maybe, having the win to go with it?
But for his own personal stat sheet, that's pretty dang good. After the audible, he goes back under center. Patterson's going to be a free play. Handoff to Say. Say gains probably about 4 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if they just take the penalty, take the yards.
I think they're going to take the penalty just to get, that extra yard in there.
And the Cavalry will accept. And once again, that fumble on the onside, what an amazing play, or just what a weird series of events. But it's gonna bring up another pretty decent spot for the Cavalry, 2nd and short. Handoff to Say, and Say's gonna gain maybe 2 yards on the run. But with the game done and dusted, all that matters is just burning out the clock.
Yeah, that's all Ottawa's doing right now with these short runs up the middle, is just trying to burn as much of that clock off as they possibly can and get out of here.
Third and 2 from the Adams 37-yard.
3rd and 2, they're coming in on the offset eye. Hand off to Say. Say drags the defender, and they're going to say he got it.
I mean, what can you say about Say? He's having a great game. He was able to drag that defender about a yard or two to get across that line and get him, the first down and continue this drive.
Clock keeps winding down. We'll maybe see another play or two before the 2-minute warning. Handoff to Say to the outside. Say spins, but the spin doesn't fool anyone, and especially the spin does not fool the tackler.
Oh, he definitely didn't. He literally spun right into the tackler there. But he still was able to pick up about 5 yards, so it was a decent run to keep the clock moving.
Harrison was the one on that tackle. But that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Ottawa pulls away in the 4th quarter. Could they get one more score, or will Albuquerque be able to get a stop, take, and walk away from the game with some pride? Second and 5, split back. It's the classic formation for the Cavalry. Handoff to Say, and Say's going to lose 3 yards as Albuquerque takes their first time out.
Yeah, that was a great play, there by Marco Swift coming in off the edge, meeting Say in the backfield and dropping him for a loss of yardage.
And now it seems to be that the Cavalry's bringing the backups. Now quarterback is Artie Archuleta. Archuleta in the shotgun. Archuleta throws it just outside of the hands of his receiver. Pass intended for Harry Harper.
You got to wonder if Harry Harper was even expecting that pass, because he definitely acted like he did not even know it was coming to him.
But possibly for the final time tonight, Aiden Loft trots out for Ottawa, hoping to, if nothing else, just pin Albuquerque back almost to their own goal line, and then from there, you know, possibly get a safety. Bounce is good, but it's only going to take him down to the 5. First down and 10 for Albuquerque.
As PJ Slaughter comes out, you know, again, he just needs to kind of keep his head in it, make those short passes that were working for him. And maybe he'll be able to march them down, get them 7 more points put on the board before they walk out of Ottawa.
Empty backfield. Douglas Brown runs to line up as receiver. Wouldn't be surprised if these are basically just all deep throws. And a near sack for a safety. But once again, PJ Slaughter barely able to get it away. The almost safety there was on number 77, Vernon Stenson.
I don't know how Vernon Stinson didn't get the safety there, because PJ Slaughter has surprised me every time he's gotten the ball away without getting sacked.
It's the impeccable skill he has. Second and 10, going to be an I form with 3 wide, and that's going to be a free play for Albuquerque. Finally, some luck going their way. Just a nice little dunk to Douglas Brown, but honestly, they'll just take the yards.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 95, defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Yeah, finally, you know, Albuquerque gets a little bit of a break there with that call. Take the 5 yards, go on to the next play, move the ball downfield.
But now we're at 2nd and 5. Minute 36 remaining in the ball game. Wouldn't be surprised to see Albuquerque try and have some fun. Throw it deep. Instead, they throw it to Douglas Brown in the flat. Brown gains 3 yards, making it a 3rd and 2 situation. We're still within the red zone of Ottawa. PJ Slaughter gets it out, finds his man, and it's going to be a running race down the sideline. Gets across the 30 up to the 32. And
that was a good little pass play there.
Going to be another one of those just for morale's sake. Throws over the middle, nearly intercepted by Ottawa. Number 28 for Ottawa, nearly on the reception there. That's the backup, Brad Banker.
You got to wonder, as soon as, you know, he threw the ball and saw the defensive player there, maybe if he just kind of had a flashback of the, you know, the last 2 interceptions he threw.
Albuquerque in the last minute just looking for some confidence. Dropping back, throws it deep in the 50-50 play, but that's not going to go. Mike Carroll with the deflection.
Great coverage there by Mike Carroll. You know, he saw the play from the snap of the ball. It kind of makes you wonder maybe if this chilly weather here in Ottawa tonight and being about 40 degrees is what's affecting these Albuquerque players coming from, you know, that warm air to here.
Yeah, Albuquerque used to the hot sun of New Mexico. Not exactly used to these chilly mid-fall temps here in Ontario. Once again, a nice little throw to Douglas Brown. Going to get him up to about the 39-yard line. Calling a timeout. And if I were Albuquerque, I would just chuck it as deep as you can.
Yeah, I mean, you have nothing to lose here. Go for it. Try to get you maybe a deep one or at least a mid-range one to get across that line. Just to, again, to build that confidence as this for the next week coming up.
in the offside eye, not exactly a formation you often see deep passing from. And it's going to be tipped away with number 29, Brad Banker, sealing the deal for the Ottawa Cavalry.
Yeah, that was kind of a quick pass. I don't think he had set his feet in time, to get that pass. Banker was there. That's pretty much going to seal the deal here for Ottawa.
But once again, Artie Archuleta comes out for what for Ottawa has to be their favorite formation, victory formation. Going to be about maybe 3 snaps away and this ball game's over. Albuquerque burns their final timeout. And now we can just take these final few snaps as Ottawa, after losing week 1, able to come back massively and just embarrass the Adams for what these two teams basically was a flip-flop from last week.
Yeah, I was surprised at how, different both teams played. One, got on track, and one just seemed to, be kind of wavering there. But Albuquerque's going to, go back into that locker room this week, and they'll come back out strong next week.
But for Ottawa, returning back to that championship runner-up form, if I'm, Javier Vasquez or anyone in that head coach's room for Ottawa, you got to be feeling good about yourself.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is a good game for them because they go into San Jose next week to take on the Flight. And I think, I think the Adams have next week off, so they got about 2 weeks, to figure this out and figure out how to fix what happened here tonight.
Yeah, their next game is week 4 against the Salt Lake City Rustlers. But the final here tonight, the Ottawa Cavalry comes storming back to life, beating the Albuquerque Adams 29-7 in what was looking to be a close game in the first half, but the second half was just a complete blowout, as the stats show.
Yeah, as you look at the stats here, the passing yards weren't much different, but a lot of those rushing yards had a lot to do with it, and also the way the Ottawa defense just stood up and took charge of the game.
Yeah, the Cavalry defense got 2 interceptions on the day, both of them going the other way for 6 points. You remove those 2, and you're looking at, a roughly, say, a 16-7 ball game.
Yeah, those 2 pick sixes had a lot to do with this ball game. Take those 2 away, and we're looking at a completely different ball game here.
But Albuquerque, after coming out strong in week 1 against the defending champs, fall in week 2 against the defending runner-ups. Truly some big question marks for them heading into their bye week. And then coming out, they play the Rustlers at home. But for the Cavalry, once again, as we've said time and time again, just an amazing game from them all around. Not really much that you can complain about from them.
Oh, they played a complete game. They played all 4 quarters. You can't ask any more from your defense or your offense there.
But now we just wait for the player of the game honors. Chad, who would you give it to?
I'm actually going to go ahead and give it to Scar Patterson. He had an amazing game at the QB position.
I'll have to agree with you there, but we'll see what the game itself thinks here. Once again, everyone, thanks for tuning in to tonight's SFLm coverage, and the player of the game. The player of the game goes to Emmanuel Blackman, the free safety, the defense. His player of the game honors just shows you how impressive he has been. 1 interception for a pick 6 and 6 tackles. Just impeccable defense from him. And with that, we say so long from the capital of Canada. I'm Jack Brown, and alongside Chad Nevels, we say so long and have a fantastic night and weekend.